Namaste, Star Family. Welcome back to the Matrix Oracle. My name is Audrey. This is the cosmic weather forecast for this new moon energy occurring December 30th, 2024. I'm going to wait to see if we have some people that want to tap into the next collective intention for the next 28 days. So when we have a new moon, we have a merge of the sun and the moon. Okay, this is here Western astrology, but know that I do have an astrology live talk about the different systems of astrology, Vedic, True Sky, Draconic, and how it is, in my opinion, encompassing our multi-layered dimensional body. Okay, so here I'm more focused on the Western astrology because it's more 3D based and more relatable as far as what we're experiencing on Earth, our reality. And here we have this new moon in Capricorn, in some of the degrees that speaks of wealth, abundance. Okay, we know that Capricorn has a lot of mind focus about growth, okay, about ascension. Now, when you take it into account with the placement of the actual true sky, the energy that we have for collective intention is to find the riches within the soul. So I really love this theme, okay, as far as what we are setting up for the next 28 days, okay? What we have here with the sun and the moon is an activation of the third eye. If you're working with your life force and Kundalini, there's many different schools of teachings of how to associate the planets with the chakra. I've tried many different ways, and the one that I like and resonate the most with is the one that is more connected to Chinese medicine. You know, the yin-yang principles of the archetypes and the planets and the zodiac. Hi, Christine. So as we're connecting to this type of principle, the sun and the moon is actually your third eye. And when you connect to the third eye, you have the sun and the moon with this new moon intention that are meeting here. And then it goes round, okay? And with the full moon, it's in the back of the third eye. There's an activation of opening your inner sight. So collectively, we are called to look within to find the riches of our soul. Now, this energy is in the sixth house. The sixth house is all about your habits, your daily routine. What a nice energy to have just before the reflective time and the setting goals for 2025. Okay, so for the next 28 days, we have the cosmos that is helping us understand the riches within our soul, especially from a place of our habits, of our routine, and what we nourish. So when we're working here with the sun and the moon, then when we go to the throat, we have Mercury. Now, it's still in the sixth house, and here, this is going to ask of us to be impeccable with our word. Okay, some of you, if you know about the 4 agreements, I would definitely suggest reading. It's like a short book. It's really interesting, and there's a lot here that is being felt as far as the mastery of our word. What do we want to speak into creation, and taking responsibility for the things that we have experienced and the things that we're creating. Okay, let me see if we have some comments. I think I saw a couple of people here. Hi! You're seeing with this energy connected to the throat a line of tension. This is called the quincunx, and it creates tension here between the throat chakra and the rising, who we are becoming. So that means we are invited to, for this next 28 days, to really pay attention to the words that we're using. So I find it super interesting because I just released yesterday, we had Chiron, this little reverse key here, the wounded healer, okay, that just shifted direct. Thank you for the heart, you guys. And when it shifts direct, we're going to be able to use a lot of our inner work, the healing we've worked on for, it's been in retrograde for a while, okay? And now kind of like compound the effect on understanding how to turn You know my saying, to turn your scars into stars. Okay, so with this energy, I released 2 frequencies, one for the divine masculine and one for the divine feminine. And that's the first time that I actually am using affirmations in English. Okay, because this girl, she had so many conditionings, more negative conditionings, around believing those type of affirmations. I needed for years to use Sanskrit mantra and prayers that were high vibrational for me to start really having access to believe the words and affirmations that I was saying. So I released those 2. And now when you're working with feminine and masculine, you're working here with this energy where you have Venus and Mars still in retrograde. That is going to soon shift into Cancer. Now, look at this. This is very interesting. Some of you, if you are into your healing journey, your spiritual ascension, okay, with Venus, we're going down straight to the heart. Okay, you're going down straight to the heart, and it is in the 8th house. 8th house is the shadow. So anything that has caused you pain, okay, any type of negative experience connected to your heart, go and check out that divine feminine affirmation. It's subliminals. It's very, whispered. Okay, so you can fall asleep to it, work with it. It's going to be a great time for the next 28 days to work with high frequency words of affirmation. Okay, to find the riches within us all. Within you, your riches from your experience, the riches of what you've learned, the riches of what you've gone through. Okay, and being able to transcend, transmute some of the lower vibrational experience. Okay, now when we're shifting to Mars, that is in retrograde, that means that it's kind of asking us to review deeply. We have it in the 1st house. The 1st house is the year of the womb. So when you have, and that kind of gives you a lot of influence. It's going to influence a lot your personality as far as what you inherited. Okay, so when you have, some of you might want to look it up in your chart. I attract at least, I would say, 90% of my clients have 1st house placement. And I know that they come to me because they need to understand that this means you inherited things that happened while you were in the womb. Okay, and that means there's a lot of things that are deeply subconscious. So with Mars, we're connecting to the solar plexus. Solar plexus, your confidence. That's your master teacher of your emotion. What drives you to act or not to act. Okay, so some of you, if you suffer from procrastination or having a hard time following up with your resolution, divine masculine. Okay, I created those 2 frequencies, and I'm so glad I released it to support us to really find the riches and to really feel supported in our feminine, masculine energies. Because this is how you're going to feel empowered. This is how you're connecting more to source. This is how you're finding more your connection and your communication with spirit. Okay, interestingly, we have another connection to the solar plexus, which is Pluto. So you're seeing I'm going down the chakra line, okay, to kind of allow us, as you're receiving the stream of information, to allow source to activate you. Here we have Pluto in the 7th house. This is the house of relationship. Now, if you work with esoteric astrology, I work with many different types of astrology. This school actually says this is a relationship between the lower self and the higher self. How much resistance do you have with accepting or allowing, receiving the guidance from your higher self? People that have lots of placement there will have a lot of ego battles. I got plenty. So I am teaching you this from a place of having experienced it. Okay, but here with Pluto, in those degrees of Aquarius or Capricorn, okay, we are tapping into the effect of the law of resonance. Your tribe, your vibe is attracting your tribe, okay? And that means also, some of you, you're going to want to realize some of the inherited patterns, especially around your motivation, around your self-confidence. So there's going to be in the next 28 days a boost, a cosmic boost for you to trust your intuition, to trust the desires and the goals that you want to set into motion. Now we're going into more of the womb, the sacral chakra, where we connect here with Jupiter in the 11th house, still in retrograde. Okay, here displacement is really helping us to keep on believing in our dreams, especially with that energy. Okay, watch what you speak into manifestation towards your dream. Build yourself up, don't break yourself down. Okay, it's just like coaching. You know, if you're into training, if you're an athlete, it's like you want to challenge yourself, but you want to also support yourself. You don't want to break down. That's like old school. No pain, no gain. This is old school. We're not training ourselves like that anymore. We're supporting, we're seeing the challenges we have, and we're, facing them with love and compassion, providing ourselves with what we feel we need. And here, because Jupiter connected to your sacral is in the 11th house, I connected especially, yes, it's your network, it's your community, but it's also the network of your neurons. What I'm receiving here as I'm channeling this with you is that you're going to want, as you're calibrating your feminine and masculine, to tap more into the network of your neurites. Those are the neurons of your heart system, okay? You are much more electromagnetic from your heart space than from your brain, okay? So there's some type of shift here that is occurring that is supporting you to do this. What I love is that when you're going, so we have yin-yang energy with the sacral. So we have Jupiter and we have Neptune. Neptune right now is helping us understand that everything that we're ending as far as the belief, the old belief system, like just what I said, no pain, no gain. That's old school. I can't remember when that say came about, but when I started training at the gym, that's what I was telling myself, and I manifested more injuries. I went to the gym and weight trained because I had injuries, but I manifested more injuries because of that type of mentality. So we're seeing with this energy that a lot of things that we used to create, from what point, from what belief system we used to create or go about our lives, is actually going to transform us, okay? And I love that this energy is in the 9th house, because this is spiritual initiation. You're being shown how spirit is trying to coach you, okay? Coach you, to support you. The way that I support the ones that resonate with my work is to have frequency available, okay? So let's move on now. Last but not least, to the root, okay? We have Saturn that is hanging out with this little cluster here. And that placement, okay, those planets move slowly, had a retrograde. It's in the degrees that speaks of light retrieval. The things that you experience that may have fragmented your soul. And what I mean by this, you can relate if I illustrate this way. It's like, if you still think about certain events that occurred in your life, if maybe some things that happened in your childhood, something that happened with an ex relationship, if it's still present every now and then, this is robbing your light, because it shows up because it has something to teach you. It has something to speak to you. It has something that wants your attention to be healed, to be transmuted, and to be integrated. So we have a lot here that is being initiated spiritually, because that's the 9th house, spiritual initiation, learning things that we don't know, that is outside of our comfort zone. And we also have the North Node there. The North Node, I'm so excited, in January 2025 is going to shift zodiac signs, okay? So that's an exciting time. Now, this placement is the first degrees of Aries of the wheel for Western astrology, okay? And that means that this is your creation, your creative power. We're coming here on Earth, in Earth School, to learn about creation. Hi, Tria. So as we're learning here, okay, in this lifetime, I inherited certain things. I experienced certain heartbreaks. I have the power to control my routine, to control what I speak into creation. And this is going to teach me the laws of the universe, the laws of creation. So I love this energy. Now, connected also to the root, last but not least, we have Uranus, okay? Uranus is the star card. It's still in retrograde. And here, it's in the 11th house, still in some degrees that speaks of harnessing the potential of your light and your joy. And that means here, because remember, some of you, I mentioned, I relate the 11th house when I relate to inner work, to the brain work, to the brain connection, to how you connect certain events, certain energies. And here, this is an invitation to remove any type of toxicity, toxic thinking, toxic habits. There's a lot of Capricorn here, this energy of this new moon. It's really celebrating the reflection of the last year we experienced, but also promoting the new resolution for 2025. You guys, this is a year 9. This is ending a completion that started, a cycle that started in 2017, you know, and that means like you're going to harness so much wisdom through the eyes of love. That's the invitation. You know, number 9 is connected to the higher wisdom and power of love. Some of you may have this as your life path, okay? That would be interesting to know, okay? In terms of Chiron, the ones that are working with me on the YouTube Star Family membership, I have 3 levels of memberships, okay? I have given some energy work for this whole cycle, okay, around the new moon, and we're focused on turning our scars into stars with this Chiron placement, okay? And the ones that want to join me for meditations, it's also still on YouTube. If you are interested, you can ask me, go and DM me. I post about it every now and then, okay? There is that really strong invitation to be impeccable with our words, to work with affirmations, to work with sound, okay? Aquarius, also energy with the 11th house, is very brain connected, network connected, sound, frequency, what we broadcast. So you're going to want to self-master what you broadcast. What do you want to broadcast in 2025? That might be an exercise you want to give yourself. Like, if you had to think of a word, what would be the word for this year, okay? So some people do this, some people might not know about this. Definitely go and work with a vision board. I've shared this a little bit. Like, I have my particular way of doing this, and I want to share it with you guys because it has led me to manifest everything on that board. Really. What I do is I do it on my computer. I have a little file, and it's like my vision for the year ahead. And I just have those images that I drop in there. I don't try to write the script of what I want. I want to have those because it's a feeling. So when I look at the images, I can directly tap into the emotional experience. And what I've seen from working with this, so I drop it, is that when I go towards the end of the year and I look at it, I'm like, oh my God, I manifested all of this, but in a very unique way that was mine, okay? So I didn't try to dictate, but it's almost like the universe knows how to provide you the exact right chemistry, alchemy of your dreams into creation because it flows through you. So it allows you to experience this and really savor it. So that's my little wisdom as far as maybe some inner work for the shift into 2025, okay? I am so happy to be here and starting a new year ahead together. Thank you so much for your support, everyone. I'm sending you many blessings and much love at night. Namaste.